there's some kind of sexual, just put it this way, let's make it a little bit simple. Anytime that you feel uncomfortable, right, even if it's like a verbal conversation that someone said, like, I can touch you wherever I want, that can be classified as sexual assault. Sexual assault is also incest, sexual harassment. There's a long list, rape, attempted rape. We probably all know all the different topics, but I just want us to be clear. It's any time that you feel unable to give consent, or you feel like someone is taking control over you. Because we have to remember, I'm not going to go too into it because I believe we have a guest that will tonight, but sexual assault isn't about sex all the time. You know, it's really about power and control. Okay, and I'll leave you with that. Next slide, please. Yes, this is stats regarding the accuracy of like how often. So it's basically saying 1 in 3 women are sexually assaulted, 1 in 4. So that's just like putting 4 of us, every 4 of us, there's someone that has gone through that type of situation. I believe the stats in Los Angeles County is 1 in 6 for the guys. But remember, this is only reported, okay? There's a lot of unreported sexual activity that's happening on a consistent basis. I work for a 24-hour sexual assault crisis hotline. I'm constantly working with police. I work with people who do sex work for a living. I work with so many different cases that are confidential that wouldn't even bombard you with all those stories. But the point is, it's not your fault. There's always someone to support you, and a lot of us don't know about the resources. I'm a resource. You're a resource. All of us are resources, but I'm here specifically to represent for YWCA, Greater Los Angeles, and if you know anyone that's gone through sexual violence, please give us a call at 1-877-943-5778. Next slide, please. I'm almost done. Hang tight with me. Okay, this is probably the most important slide because we are all in here making a difference on a daily basis, and it's important for us to be trauma informed. And why? Really, it's because, like, it's important to have a safe space. This event is our safe space. We're all here for the same cause, right? And when you're in a safe space, you also become more vulnerable. You feel welcomed. You feel like more aligned with your emotions and your mental and your physical self, and you're able to express. We express differently. That's why trauma looks different for all of us, but it does live within inside our bodies. It's something that you can either suppress really deep down, or you can express yourself through art, through music, through whatever your grounding vibe is, exercising, you know, anything. I don't want to go too far into it, but next slide, please. You're probably going to have to click a few times because there's going to be a lot of different examples about the long-term effects regarding trauma. It's a full nervous system thing. So it's mentally, it affects you mentally, it affects your brain, it affects your nervous system. So if you look closely into these 3 general examples of all the different effects, you're going to notice avoidance on every single aspect, psychological, mental, emotional. A lot of times when someone has gone through a sexual trauma, it's easy for us to feel like, let's act like it didn't happen. Let's avoid it. Let's disassociate ourselves. And also, like, I work a lot on different campuses, and I work with students a lot. And what's happening right now, people are normalizing being sexually assaulted. And what's happening, the dialogue is more like, oh, you got raped? So did I. You'll be okay, girl. And I just said girl, but I want you to also know it happens to all of us, men, women, okay? But that's not okay. So I won't talk too long about all the different effects, but if you can't see it because it's really tiny, I'll just give you some few of the effects. Anxiety, depression, PTSD. These are effects that are happening if it's sexual trauma or really any type of trauma. I want to make sure we're clear about that. So it's really important to get yourself really involved into self-care. It's not a selfish thing. It's really important for us to take time all the time, like every day, like maybe in the beginning of our day, throughout our day. Let's check in with ourselves and let's ask ourselves, how are we feeling? And it gets really deep to the point where it matters on how you feel when you're eating. What foods are you eating? What foods are making you feel comfort, joy, depressed? You know, it can go into different things, different essentials, but I just wanted to give you an example of how important self-care is. It's with food, it's with music, it's with anything you can think of. I think I'm almost at the next slide, the last slide. All right, again, how can we support each other, okay? Well, you just did it tonight. You listened to me. But not only were you listening, it's also important to stay grounded. Grounded is about doing what you gotta do to stay present. I don't want your mind thinking about what are you going to do when this event is over or what you did yesterday. It's important for us to stay present. Let's hear each other. If we want to ask each other questions, let's feel comfortable to do that. Let's get more into a conversation, meaningful conversations. And also, don't be a gatekeeper. If you know some resources, share it out to each other, okay? Last slide. Yes, you know our 24-hour hotline. My team and I, we specifically service Spa 6 and 8. That's South LA, South Bay area. But if you call the National Sexual Assault Hotline, depending on the area code of your phone, it will locate you to that particular agency. All right? Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Erin Corsani-Zade, and I have the privilege of being on the committee with that table and being on the details of Angelique. So thank you. We're now going to participate in the Candle Light of Hope ceremony. So please join me. But first, as we gather here tonight, we're going to take a moment to honor those who've been affected by violence through the Light of Hope candle ceremony. We will now pass out candles. So Jocelyn and friends, please take one, but don't light it yet until you're prompted. Over the past few weeks and throughout this evening, tonight we've been focused on action. We've been planning the event, taking part in fundraising, celebrating survivors, and hearing their stories of strength. Now that we're here at the Light of Hope ceremony, we're able to take time, we're going to slow down, quiet down, and focus on why we are here tonight. It's a time for reflection, remembrance, a renewal of our collective commitment to support and uplift, to honor those people we love, to celebrate the survivors we admire, and to remember that we're not alone in our experiences with sexual violence. No one is alone, and we vow to stand together in solidarity to say no more. For everyone here tonight, your experience with sexual violence is personal, whether or not you know it, because it's dramatically affected your families and our friendships, and it's shaped our relationships and who we've become. We're here in the shared hope that in this lifetime we will see the world free of sexual violence. And until that happens, we will be here for each other, hold each other, support each other, and lift each other up. So each one of these votive lights, they're going to represent a person with a name, a life, and a story to tell. When you hear how a statement applies to you, please light your candle and place it in front of me here on the sides of the stage, so both left and right. Does everyone have their candle? If you have a parent who's been impacted by sexual violence, see how powerfully these lights of hope